Okay, so apparently I don't sleep anymore. I got a few hours of sleep, and then my daughter woke me up, and there was no turning back from that. Oh, I was just laying there for hours, and I had a lot of thoughts. And I thought about at that time coming down here and trying to make a video, but I was like, no, I am trying to sleep. But I felt like the words were just coming to me in that moment. So I was like, okay, I'm going to write them out, and then I will go back to sleep and I will make my video later. Well, I didn't go back to sleep, and I think I'm actually just gonna like read it instead of like trying to make the video talking about the thing and like not wording it as good as I did originally. So I want to share how my mentor taught me to feel my feelings, which seems like it should be pretty straightforward, but turns out it's not. I always thought I was someone who was very in tune with their feelings, but through working with her, I've come to realize that I'm actually just very good at thinking about my feelings. I'm really good at identifying maybe what the feeling is and why I'm feeling it, at tracing them back to where they came from, finding the story connected to them and what they mean, maybe even finding solutions to not feeling them, but not actually just feeling them, just being with them. And this was so ingrained in me that I had to have her actually walk me through how to get beneath those layers to the actual feeling of the feelings. And she still has to help me do it sometimes, because even though it's quite simple, it's hard to break from the ways I've made it harder than it needed to be for so long. So she basically has me just get real descriptive with it. She has me close my eyes and bring my energy back into my body instead of swirling around up here and projecting forwards or backwards. We are here right now. So you settle into that, right? And take your time. Don't go frantically grasping here. Just allow yourself to do this slowly. Allow nothing to come up at first if needed. We don't have a time limit. And the more you come into your body, you can start describing the feeling. Not all the shit I spoke about earlier, not the story, not where it came from, whatever, but just descriptive words about the feeling. Where do you feel it in your body? What does that sensation feel like? For example, like, I kind of started describing like what I was feeling to like make an example. So I feel it in my chest, and it feels shaky, and it feels like shallow breathing and a racing heart, a tight clenched chest. I feel it in my stomach. It feels queasy. I feel it in my mouth. My mouth feels more wet than usual, and I feel it in the burning that is rising in my chest and throat connected to my stomach, etc. Stuff like that. Now maybe describe it in ways that you might not be used to. Does it have a color, a smell, a taste, a visual? Does it have a place? What does that place look like, feel like, smell like? So building off of what I said earlier, I would say it's a dark blue gray, maybe a little bit of a musty, darker green mixed in there. And it feels kind of sticky and messy and wet. But the more I feel it, the more it feels smooth like a marble, something I can hold and set next to me, something small that I can hold and set next to me. And I think that is kind of like the feeling lessening for me, because as I was describing it, the effect is happening that I'm about to talk about. And it's also probably because of my own metaphors that I've built through this work with her, so the marble thing might not make sense to you. But then yeah, if it had a visual space, I would describe it as this dark, dank basement of a room. It's kind of torn down and musty and dripping in places. It's very wet. I can feel the way that it feels on my hand when I touch a surface. So is this making sense? The more you can sit here with it and describe it like this, it starts to dissipate on its own, and you can even go into describing that feeling if you'd like as well. But my point is that you don't have to swirl around in your mind and fuss with the details and the detangling, because it just kind of opens for you, and you become bigger around it, and it becomes a bearable thing. And without trying too hard, it can clear as long as you don't cling to it. And what she has taught me is that doing this, being more in tune with sensation in your body and being able to describe it and make these connections, this is the work that actually increases your intuition. There is so much information within our bodies, like the woo-woo, spiritual, intuitive stuff that everyone wants to get to, but is grasping for through their third eye and through this out there place, through downloads and all that shit, is actually deep within us. The more you can describe what you're sensing through touch, taste, seeing, feeling, not so much thinking, you create a library of sorts of connections between things and how to interpret those things. And that can give you a wealth of information that will help you navigate the human experience, to understand more deeply. And it also becomes this kind of exercise in presence, which helps with a number of things, but mainly just being able to actually be here for your life instead of constantly trying to escape it and miss it. It creates this sense of gratitude for being alive and for whatever gift the present moment is offering you, even if it's a difficult one. This is also how you become more connected and aware of the magic that is nature, that is life, and you can develop a relationship with that speaks to you. But that's for a different day, a different video, because I'm really only on the cusp of that experience. So I'm sure I will get to a place where I can articulate this better, but I just wanted to share the pieces I do have while I was thinking about it, because maybe just this is helpful.